What is going on here? Who do they think they are? Obviously, I just walked into something. Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are making a base game modern mansion house. I have not made a base game house on my channel yet, and let me tell you, it is so hard, especially with a mansion. I feel like maybe if I did a simpler house, it probably would have been easier. But of course I decided to do a mansion, and it is so hard. Like, there's not enough stuff in base game. Even though we did get a few like new things, I just feel like it's so hard to decorate. I don't know how you guys do it. I don't. This is why I have so many packs. One, I like new things and I get really excited about them, and two, it's too hard. Like, I just want more options. And I find base game doesn't have enough variety and just like different kinds of design styles. So it's very hard to find certain things that were very modern. Like, I wanted a really industrial glass or iron fence, and we do not have that in the base game. So I did use half walls on some of the houses areas, trying to make it look a little bit more modern. So yeah, I was going through fences, and we do have that glass fence there. It just didn't look right to me. I still wanted some privacy, but that's the best I could do, really. Like, honestly, base game is probably the hardest challenge I have ever tried. Like, oh my god, I do not recommend it. I did not have as much fun. It was a good challenge, but it's not as fun building a house when you're so limited, in my opinion. Like, I don't know, base game's not fun. It's not my thing. I really don't like having to, like, because I know there's other things I want to use and I can't, so it just bugs me. Oh, it's so hard to do. I applaud everyone who has only the base game and works with it. Obviously you kind of have to if you don't have the money and all that kind of jazz, but it's not like, the game's not as fun without all the extra content. It gives you it's funner for Let's Play too. Like, when you just go to play, there's obviously like more skills you can do and jobs. Well, I guess you can do jobs with base game, but like, you can do skill based jobs at your house and not have to go to work. Like, you can make extra income through those skills, but you have to have certain packs, like the seasons pack and stuff. Oh my god, I feel like I've been losing my voice for the last few days. Like, it just keeps going like in and out with like a scratchy, raspy sort of like dry throat. Oh, it is not feeling too good. It's not fun, and I can't tell if I'm fully going to lose it or not, because I'm not sick. I just have like a sore throat every once in a while, and I drink like a ton of water, so I don't know what's wrong with me. But I guess it's that time of year. So here I was kind of going for, I really wanted to use a lot of big windows, and I didn't want to use the full glass windows. I did want to have a little bit of a more family vibe home, so it is still looking modern. It's just more detail. I really like the crosses in between the windows. I feel like it gives it more of like a texture, or like some kind of detail that draws your eye to it more, rather than looking right straight through the house. Yeah, I had a hard time with the windows. I've been trying to put more windows in my house builds because I find it easier, especially when you're limited, to not have to put so much wall art and not so much blank spaces. It completes the room a little bit more. Yeah, so I went back to this cement fence for the balcony. I really enjoyed this house. It's I think it's 4 bedrooms and 4 baths, I want to say. And it has that double garage there in the front, but that is actually just like a home studio gym area. It's kind of just like a like a skill building area, and I tend to do that a lot with the garages that I build, because obviously garages are not needed in The Sims 4, but many houses have an attached garage or a detached garage. Like, I really feel when I build a house without a garage, it kind of feels like it's missing something. Like, so many houses that you see have garages. It's such a big part of the house. I was looking at a few, and most of them have the garage as the main point when you look at the house. It's like the first thing you see is a big garage, and then off to the side is the door, and obviously there's a level on top, but that's the first thing you see is that big garage. And a lot of the houses in my area, the houses have a double garage, and that's the first thing that you see. You have the driveway, and then you have that big garage right in front. So for me, I like to build my houses with garages. It makes sense to me. And if we were in The Sims 3, it would make sense. Or The Sims 2 even. It would just make sense. So, yeah. I think I'm going to go back and play The Sims 3 if I can get it to work on my game, and maybe even The Sims 2, because I do have the whole CD collection of The Sims 2. Oh my god, do you remember CDs? Does anybody even know what those are anymore? Like, I still have them, and I think my mom got them for me like when I was like 12 or something. I don't know. And it was like a Christmas present. It was like the best thing I have ever gotten as a present. And then later my mom got me a laptop, and I installed them all on there, and I think they worked for a few months, and then my laptop could not handle it anymore, so I really didn't get to play The Sims 2 all that much. But I did enjoy it while I had it, so I would love to go back and just relive that pure childhood feeling. That would be amazing. Also, I've seen a lot of current YouTubers are going back and trying out some of the older Sims games, and that's probably because The Sims 4 does not have a lot of things that the older games have, and it's definitely not living up to expectations for most people, especially because we did get terrain, so that's amazing, but we're very limited on that. And some of the older games, they have the open world, they have cars, they have where you can make your own plots and put them where you want. They just have so much more, I want to say, like, creativeness, and it's just more gameplay for us creators. I think it's just better. So I'm lighting up the whole place with these modern sconces. I don't know what that word is. It's obviously not scones. That's, I think, a biscuit. I'm really not good with pronouncing things, so you'll probably find that out as we go along in my channel. It's a problem for me. Don't judge me. I did do very well in English. I just don't know how to pronounce things, apparently. I really like this build, even though it was a really big struggle for me. It didn't actually take me that long to build because you're so limited on what you can put in the house. So I really didn't have that much options to go through. I didn't feel overwhelmed with how many things I could stick into this build, because we really don't have much options. So it was a lot easier in that way. But I think I made it work to the best way I could. Here you see I actually did put like some counters on the end of the deck, and it's kind of like a bar area. I really like that, actually. It really turned out good. I just kind of was trying something new, and I didn't have enough space to put a bar on the deck with a table, so I decided to put it down on the ground beside the deck, and I actually love the way it turned out. It is usable for my Sims, at least. If it isn't usable, you might have to put move objects cheat, but it should work without the move objects cheat. So yeah, I'm pretty proud of myself for this build. I really enjoyed it. I went with a really darker theme. As you can see, it's a lot of grays, blacks, and dark browns, so I continued that on the inside of the house. And here we have this gigantic kitchen. It's probably like a dream kitchen. I love it. And it turned out pretty well for such a limited kind of what's options, I guess. But here I was trying to figure out some theme colors for the house. Basically, like, I was like, what kind of colors do I want in this house? Because I don't really have much color on the outside. The outside is just brown, grays, and blacks, and I knew I wanted to continue the black and white throughout the house, but then I was thinking, it's going to be really monotone if I don't put some color in, so I was like, I'll put some brown tones in here too, and I think I ended up with a mostly bluish color theme, and obviously that's a continuation throughout my channel. I really like blue for some reason in builds, and it shows, I just think a lot of different blues kind of go together, so it's easier to style, I guess. Whereas, like, there's always like different colors of like blacks, and if one black isn't the same as the other one, then it kind of throws the build off for me. So yeah, that's how I build. I am very picky with what I put in the houses, which makes it very hard for me to build. I've been trying to work on timing though. Like, it used to take so long to build houses before I started my channel, and now that I have a channel and I'm editing footage, I'm very careful on how much time I spend, and I try not to spend days upon days picking out certain things, because that's how long it used to take me. Or I would spend like a whole day and night building, to the point where I had no social life, which was really fun for me. Like, my friends would be like, you want to go out? And be like, nah, I'm building a house in The Sims. I don't have time for that. So I would literally like wake up, play The Sims, and then go to bed at like 4 a.m. because I had just wanted to finish building a house, and then the next day I would play in the house, and then I'd get bored, and I'd do the same process over again like every week. And that's kind of like some obsessive kind of quality I might have about The Sims, but like at that point in my life, I was really into video games and just like being on the computer. I would just sit in my bed and I'd put Netflix in the background and I would just build for hours, and I actually kind of miss those days. Like, it's a lot different now for me because I have a job, I live on my own, I have a social life, so I can't just spend hours building all the time. But I do get to do it every once in a while. Well, I guess actually every week, at least twice a week, so that's better than nothing. So I had a really hard time deciding what to make this space into, because I couldn't figure out how to style a living room, because I thought it was a big space, but then I tried to fit 4 different areas in one space. So I have the kitchen, the lounge area, the dining room, and then like the bar area, and I didn't want to cut off like the walking space, because it kind of feels like there's a hallway in between the dining and the living. So I played around with that a bit before I started putting the footage, like recording the footage, because I'm an indecisive person and I can't decide what to do with certain things, so I like to try and see all my options before I choose. And then it's just a process for me, so I cut most of that process out. You're welcome. I'm sure you wouldn't have wanted to sit for hours watching me decide how to put a couch which way. Oh my god. Sometimes I go back and I look at my footage, I'm like, what were you doing? Like, honestly, what is happening in this video? I don't understand. So yeah, I cut out a lot of footage because I'm so indecisive with my builds. But this one went pretty well because, like I was saying, I didn't have much options. And here, you saw me trying to put some blue down. I was like, oh my god, no, that's too much blue. Like, you're gonna overdo it. So then I put black wall themed piece in, and I actually kind of like it. It's kind of grounds the whole space. Like I said, there's so much windows in this build, so that is your decoration, is the windows. And I honestly feel like windows should be a part of the environment, because I know of some art pieces, you get like plus environment in The Sims. But technically, looking out at the scenery is art, you know? It should be decoration boosts, or, you know, you should feel good when you look out the window and you see such a pretty view. So I wish that windows were like had an atmosphere boost for The Sims, I guess. Yeah, like I said, this double garage is kind of like a skill building area / like a fun place. I kind of tried to keep it all modern, so most of the stuff I wanted to put in the woodworking table, but the woodworking table did not look modern enough, so it kind of ruined what I was going for, so I kind of switched it up. What I did notice after I had built the whole house and when I went to go upload it on the gallery is I never changed the roof color, and I wanted the roof color to be black. Yeah, so it's just the base gray that you get with when you build the roof at first. So it's just like the normal color, and I wanted to change it to like the black slate roof, and I forgot to do that. How does one forget to do that? Don't ask me. I don't know. I must have something going on, and I just didn't think about it, or I was just too excited to upload it. So then I uploaded it, and you know, there's already like people have already downloaded it and stuff, so I didn't want to take it down and put it back up just for a different roof color. So I did not change it in the end. It's still that color, and yeah, you know, it is what it is. Yeah, I did play in this build though. I did enjoy playing with this build. I did put in some oh my god, I cannot talk today. I put in some Sims in this house, and it was 2 toddlers and a mom and dad, and I hired a butler and a nanny, which the butler and the nanny did crap all. Let me say, there are some like technical parts with the butler and the nanny. They do not get along. One will try to do an action and cancel the other action, so it's really hard. But also the butler doesn't really take care of the kids, so you kind of need the nanny, because twins are hard. Let me tell you, I had 2 twins, and I was waiting for the nanny to do something with the twins, you know, like change their diaper or whatever, and she just sat there. She kept taking her out of her high chair instead of feeding the kids, and oh my god, it was so stressful to the point where it's like, yeah, your kids are gonna get taken away, and she was still just like standing there doing nothing, so I had to get my sim to help. Oh my god, it was so stressful. So I played it for a good portion. The house is very usable. The only thing is, don't get twins. Don't do it to yourself. It's hard. I don't know how people do the 100 baby challenge. I really don't. I can't even handle 2. It's too hard. At least it's not like The Sims 2 or 3 where it was really hard to keep up with your Sims needs. The Sims 4 is very easy compared to the previous games with their needs. So yeah, at least I have that. Ooh, here I used the new table that we got with the base game, and oh my god, I love the new stuff that we got, and I love that they're still adding free stuff to the base game, but it kind of scares me that they're putting free stuff in the base game at the same time, because that means that the stuff that they had made is not fitting into the current packs that they're going to be putting out in the future. So we kind of got like this few like items that you would think would go into like the university pack, like that desk and the laptop and the pen holder that we got. That could have easily just came with a pack that we would have paid for, like a university school pack, you know? So I'm kind of scared that we might not get it, because they could have easily made us pay for those items. So, because they have it planned for the next 6 months what packs are gonna be, so I'm just really nervous. I really want university so bad. I know so many people do, but like, that was the funnest part for me, was university and previous Sims games. Tell me what your favorite pack was in previous Sims games, or what you would like to see coming up in the future. I would love to hear. I love all the ideas, and it's really interesting because some people have a lot of different ideas that I didn't even think of, and it's nice to kind of figure out how those would work with gameplay. So yeah, just let me know what you guys think is coming up. I'm super excited. I know there's gonna be one soon, and I can't wait. Yeah, I'm so excited. Just thinking about it gets me like such, ooh, I'm getting excited already. I'm gonna let it go here, and I hope you guys enjoy my build. If you did, give it a big thumbs up and let me know what you want to see in the future, and I'll try to make those builds happen. Bye guys.